Ethan was the kind of man who believed in the sanctity of marriage. He loved deeply, forgave easily, and trusted wholly. When he married Olivia, he thought he had found his soulmate. She was charming, intelligent, and had a laugh that could light up a room. For 5 years, Ethan dedicated himself to making their life together as perfect as it could be. Little did he know, Olivia harbored secrets that would soon shatter his world. Ethan first noticed the changes in Olivia 6 months ago. She became distant, her phone always clutched tightly in her hands, face glowing with texts she wouldn't share. The late nights at work and hastily answered calls made his gut churn with unease. He tried to push the doubts aside, convincing himself that he was overthinking. But the night of their anniversary dinner, his worst fears were confirmed. Ethan had planned a romantic evening, candles, flowers, and a reservation at the restaurant where they had their first date. Olivia, however, canceled at the last minute, claiming she was too tired. Something in her tone didn't sit right, and Ethan decided to follow her instead of heading home. Olivia, laughing and leaning into another man, was at a rooftop bar, one Ethan didn't recognize. Their hands intertwined, and their closeness told a story Ethan didn't want to believe. His heart shattered, but he remained composed. He took pictures, ensuring he had proof of her betrayal. Ethan didn't confront Olivia that night. Instead, he went home, sat in silence, and devised a plan. Confrontation wasn't enough. He wanted her to feel the sting of betrayal just as he had. Ethan's revenge wouldn't be loud or messy. It would be calculated and poetic. Over the next few weeks, Ethan gathered more evidence of Olivia's affair. He hired a private investigator, who confirmed that her lover was a coworker, Mark, a smug man who seemed to take pride in his conquest. Ethan played the part of the clueless husband, pretending everything was normal while quietly preparing his next move. Ethan's chance came at Olivia's upcoming birthday. She had invited friends and family for a grand party, showcasing the life of a perfect couple. Little did she know Ethan had other plans. As guests mingled in their living room, Ethan stood up to give a toast. Olivia beamed, expecting his usual adoration. Instead, Ethan turned to the crowd and began his speech. "Thank you all for being here to celebrate Olivia's special day," he started, his voice steady. "I wanted to share how much she means to me and show you all the love and dedication she has for, well, someone else." Gasps filled the room as Ethan pulled out a projector remote. With a click, photos of Olivia and Mark appeared on the wall. Intimate moments captured in restaurants, parking lots, and even hotel lobbies. "Meet Mark," Ethan continued, his tone laced with sarcasm. "He's been keeping my wife company while I was, apparently, too busy loving her." Olivia's face turned pale, and the room fell silent. Guests looked at her in shock, some whispering, others too stunned to speak. The fallout was immediate. Olivia's parents, who adored Ethan, expressed their disappointment and left without another word. Friends who once admired Olivia now distanced themselves. Mark, who had been smugly confident, found himself facing his own set of problems as his workplace learned of his affair with a married coworker. But Ethan wasn't done. A week later, Ethan filed for divorce, leaving Olivia with nothing but guilt and regret. He had consulted a lawyer beforehand and ensured the evidence of her infidelity played a key role in the proceedings. Olivia lost the house, the car, and the lifestyle she had taken for granted. Ethan, on the other hand, found solace in focusing on himself. He started traveling, rekindled old friendships, and even met someone who valued loyalty as much as he did. Months later, Ethan heard that Olivia's new relationship with Mark had crumbled. Mark, it seemed, had found someone else to entertain behind Olivia's back. Alone and isolated, Olivia reached out to Ethan, begging for forgiveness and a second chance. Ethan's response was simple. "You made your choices, Olivia. Now live with them." For Ethan, revenge wasn't about cruelty. It was about reclaiming his dignity and showing Olivia that betrayal had consequences. As he moved forward with his life, he found peace in knowing that karma had done its job,